But here we go. Next thing. Gonna keep it moving. Once this ad clears up. Man, we gotta get Will on the YouTube Premium, man. All right, here we go.
Now at 7, Miami-Dade police have just released new body cam video of officers detaining Miami Dolphins player Tyreek Hill in Miami Gardens. Police Director Stephanie Daniels says she released it to be transparent and maintain the public's trust. Let's get right to CBS News Miami's Jim Barry live in the newsroom right now. Jim, only minutes ago you saw the video for yourself.
Lauren, that is absolutely correct. And the clip that I'm about to show you lasts a little over a minute long. It shows the confrontation between Hill and 3 members of the Miami-Dade Police Department. Take a look.
Don't knock on my window like that, man.
Why don't you have your seatbelt on?
Don't knock on my window.
Why don't you have your seatbelt on?
Knock on my window like that, no.
Like what?
Don't knock on my window like that.
Why you have it up?
Don't knock on my window like that.
Why you have it up? I have to knock to let you know I'm here.
Don't knock
That
on
way you
my
can lower it and talk to
Just
you.
get my ticket, bro, so I can go. I'm finna be late, gang. Do what you gotta do.
Keep it down. Hey! Keep your window down. Hey! Keep your window down. Keep your window down. I'm gonna get you out of the car. As a matter of fact, get out of the car.
Get you out of the car.
Get out of the car.
Give me that, I'm gonna break that front window.
Get out of the car.
I'm finna get out.
Get out of the car right now. We're not playing this game. Get out.
I'm not playing this game.
Get out. Get out. Get out. Get out. Get out. Damn. What part of blood is doing this time? Hey, Drew, I'm getting arrested, dude. I'm getting arrested. I'm getting arrested, Drew. I'm getting up.
Them Buccaneers fans, they too thirsty to me, man. Them Jaguars fans,
So
what you think, Ma?
Gotta be. They soccer fans, that's what it is.
Again, this is the early stages of this confrontation that Miami Dolphins star wide receiver Tyreek Hill had yesterday with members of the Miami-Dade Police Department. You may have heard some of it, but again, the officer told Hill to keep his window rolled down. Hill refused. Tyreek, before that, said he told the officers, look, just do what you got to do so I can get going, so I can play this football game. When he kept his window up, that's when the officers said, listen, you got to do what we say, or we're going to yank you out of the car, and that's exactly what they did. You saw Hill being removed from the car by that officer with the help of 2 others, then put face down on the ground and handcuffed. Again, this is the early part of this confrontation. The clip that we've received is a little over an hour long. The rest of it shows his agent, Drew Rosenhaus, coming there a bit later on the scene, and other people there, Dolphin fans, and apparently perhaps members of Dolphin security who were made aware of this situation, who then came out to help Tyreek Hill get away from this situation and get into the stadium so that he could play the game yesterday, which he did. But again, this video just released from the Miami-Dade Police Department. Stephanie Daniels, the director, said she wanted to be transparent about this, and as soon as we can look at more of this video, we'll tell you and share with you more of exactly what happened yesterday with Tyreek Hill and those Miami-Dade police officers. For now, live in the CBS Miami newsroom, I'm Jim Barry. Back to you, Lauren.
Damn, there's always something crazy going on in Florida.
I want to hear Spaces first. Let's hear Spaces. You go first.
Nah, you should go first.
Nah, bro. No,
This your city.
That's why I should go last. That's why I should go last. That's why I should go last. Go ahead, Space.
I think the first inclination people would want to go to is this is police abusing their authority. This is that stuff was excessive, and in some areas I do agree with that. That they were doing a little too much, being too aggressive. I agree. I ultimately think, from what I understand about it, he was driving in speeding in a construction zone.
No, it was not a construction zone.
That's what I heard.
It's not a construction zone. It's down the street from the stadium. All that is blocked off. You seen all them cones and stuff? That's because the game is going. It's like a long road that you get to the game. All that is blocked off because people walk through there, going back and forth from parking lots to the game. All that's like a long little stretch of road that goes strictly to the stadium. It's not no construction going on right there.
Well, he was speeding.
Yeah, he's speeding.
The tinted windows seemed like it was pretty dark.
He's a celebrity. You know they're gonna have those.
I ain't no
It's
celebrity.
still against the law.
Those.
So if it's wrong, it's wrong. I don't care if you're
What was the percentage though? See, that's what we don't know.
Hold on. How you know in Florida you can't have those? Did you look up the law in Florida to see if it was against illegal?
That's one of the things that they were talking about was the reason why he got pulled over, and the reason why they pulled him out of the car, because when he rolled up his window, they couldn't see what
I saw him.
Yeah, but we saw him. We saw him because he had a white wife beater on.
Right. So you're saying because he was extra dark, you can't see him?
I'm saying because it was dark in the car. Couldn't see in the car. Couldn't see what he was doing. And then, like, he was aggressive from the start.
Who?
Tyreek.
How he was aggressive?
This is just a...
It don't matter. I told you not to knock on my window like that. That's my car. I can tell you what to do to my car.
Tyreek already gave him the license.
Thank you.
Once he
Point
gave him
exactly.
the license, he said you was speeding.
Go
do
run
what
the
you
name.
got to do
I
and
didn't
give
see
him the
that.
ticket.
Go run the
He
name.
had the license in his hand.
Go run the name. You ain't got to say nothing else to me. Give me my
Yeah.
ticket so I can go.
I've seen way more traffic stop. They knew who he was. All right, this ain't John from down the street, right? They knew who he was. Like, this is.
Because if we going to go by the law, let's go by the law, all the thing. The whole thing.
However,
go by the law.
this is what I say.
Come on.
I remember Will talking about. He was saying, you know,
Know your rights. Yeah, what will at?
Oh, you know your rights.
Right, know your rights. Because
right?
it's not against the law to roll your window back up after you give the police your license. It's not
but
against the law.
If he's,
I don't
if
give
he's
a fuck
trying to
if you
get
told
your
me.
attention...
He already got the license.
Thank you. You don't need nothing else.
Bro, you telling me doing like this?
I'm not gonna do it.
Don't knock on my window,
I'm
bro.
not gonna do it because
Don't
I'm
knock on my
Marcus.
window
But
like that.
that's Tyreek. He can do what he want to do. But it's
No,
not.
he can't. He's still
Yes,
human. That's the problem with celebrities, bro. They think
Bro, I've
they
seen
get
regular people do that.
White people too, and don't
seen
shit happen to them.
regular
They don't
people
get
do
pulled
that.
out no cars.
I watch these shits all the time, and I see people talking mad crazy. I be like, damn, ain't nothing happening to them.
I want to see the part where he had already given them
When it
the
first
previous
came
video?
up,
Yeah.
go the video you just saw. He gave it to him.
That's why he rolled the window back up.
That's what I'm saying. He gave him his window. He gave.
See?
There you go, right there,
Right there. And he rolled the window up right after
right
that.
back up.
So how do we know that he wasn't going to ask him for something else? That's just the ID. They asked for a license, registration, and proof of insurance. That's just one card.
Oh my God, bro.
You just said you was wondering. And then
Now you wanna
give
go-
Okay, he has one thing in his hand. I see. I admit that he gave him his ID. Okay, what about the proof of registration and your insurance?
I ain't never gave a copy of proof of registration. I ain't got it.
You can run your tag to see what the stuff
And
is,
insurance,
bro.
man.
Yeah, they see all that to your tag, bro.
Don't they want you to have that in your car?
Yeah, they do.
What,
If they
registration?
have a physical copy
I
of
wouldn't
it?
give a fuck. I've been pulled over as recently as a month ago. I don't have it. Now what? Now what?
I'm not I don't know what happens after.
Nothing.
I assume that they would want a physical copy of it in the car. Definitely your license and your proof of insurance. I'll tell you that much.
Okay, I ain't got none of that. Now what?
Okay, now we write you a ticket.
Okay, you
So-
could have did that in the first place.
But he didn't. It's from what this video just shown. He gave him one piece of paper, or he gave him the one card. So
cool. He raised it down. When he raised it down a little, you can still talk through there. You don't have to raise it all the way down. I get it. You know what I'm saying? I admit Tyreek Hill was being difficult.
A dickhead. Yeah, he was being
Right?
a rich
He's
dude.
being difficult.
A rich dickhead. He's
Well,
been a
yeah,
rich dickhead.
to me, ain't
It's
even
not
rich.
against the
He
law,
was
though.
just doing. I've seen people who ain't rich do this shit. Like, you know what I mean? I've seen it. So it's kind of like, dude, y'all
And,
don't.
and guess what this do? When you do stuff like that, what the cops do? Get on a power trip like, nigga, you don't run this, I run this. Get your ass out the car, and that's what get them in trouble. That's what get police officers in trouble, because what he did was not against the law. Spaces can say all he want to, he rule up his window. It's no law that say you have to roll down your window while they got your ticket.
So he's supposed to talk to him through a closed window?
No, he can crack the window by that much, as long as y'all can hear
That's
each other,
not-
it's cool.
He eventually did crack the window.
Okay, he cracked the window, but at that point he was already being combative.
It
Why
doesn't,
did
it's
he
not
just-
against the law.
But bro, that's not helping the situation either.
Spaces, you're right. You're right in all that what you're saying. But we're going by laws now. Law. That's why he gonna win the case. He gonna shoot the shit out of there, and dude gonna get fired. Because everything the police officer did was against the law and against his rights. So we can say all this all we want to. It was against it. The police officer is dead ass wrong. Because you're supposed to keep your cool no matter what. I don't give a fuck what the fuck I said to you. As long as I ain't put my hands on you or nothing like that, you keep your cool.
Hell, the police was even being aggressive to the vehicle that pulled up after them.
Thank you. And he threw him on the ground. He's sitting up here talking, get out the car.
watched those,
He didn't even
like-
give him a chance to get out the car. He just grabbed him.
Is this it right here?
And I was just wanting for to be on Tyreek's side, neither, because Tyreek, bro, you're bogus, because you're black, first of all. But you still gonna win this case anyway. Because you should have kept your cool too, Tyreek. But I understand where you're coming from. Don't be being on my window like that. Some motherfucker $250,000
that's just
car.
a regular knock, bro.
You hit on my window.
If he's there, if you didn't want him to knock on your window while he was there trying to get your have a conversation with you or say whatever he needed to say, you shouldn't have rolled up your window. Because second of all,
he approached the car knocking on the window though. That's why it was the issue.
So you saying all this was warranted?
Officer speeding.
let's see.
I think they asked tickets, and they ain't get tickets before, so that's why they did all this shit.
Nah, I think.
You think they had a parlay?
I think.
They had a parlay on the game.
Don't knock on my window like that.
See, that's where he started. Don't knock on my window like
Why do you have your
that.
seatbelt
Knock
on?
on my window like that, no.
Like what?
Don't knock on my window like
Why
that.
you have it up?
Don't knock on my window like that.
Why you have it up? I have to knock to let you know I'm here.
Don't knock
That
on
way you
my
can lower it
window.
and talk to
Just
you.
get my ticket, bro, so I can go. I'm finna be late, gang. Do what you gotta do.
Keep it down. Hey, keep your window down. Hey, keep your window down. Keep your window down. I'm gonna get you out of the car. As a matter of fact, get out of the car. Get out of the car.
D Money, what's good? What's good? Long time no see. How you doing?
D Money, what's up?
What up, D Money?
Yeah, so I mean, I'm recalling the conversation more that you said, and when you get, what was it? It was the same conversation where Will was talking about he was in somewhere in Illinois where it was a country town, like it was no questions asked that it was still a racist town, and he got pulled over by the police and he was mouthing off to the police. You said you would mouthing off does not help the situation.
It don't. But
that's what he's doing.
On. You're right. And I told you you're right. I told you Tyreek didn't make the situation. I said that. If you was listening, I said Tyreek didn't make the situation better. But does what the cop did, is it any better than what the cop was doing? The cop is dead ass wrong. He's wrong. And you can all this you can do. You can go and you can try to find all the things you want to. The cop is wrong. You do not have to pull him out the car. He gave you his license. It's not against the law to roll your window back up. Tyreek rolled his window back up because he didn't want other these pedestrians watching out like, oh, that's Tyreek filming and all that shit. That's exactly why every celebrity does that. They roll their window back up.
When he walks away, listen, I said earlier that the officer was doing too much. The officer was being mad aggressive because he was even when other people came. I think the Drew dude that he was calling, that same officer, if I'm not mistaken, was talking to Drew mad aggressively, doing too much. So I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm saying for maybe I need to become a star or a popular person to duck the law a little bit. But when a police officer pulls me over, I'm like, yes, sir. No, sir. You
don't have to,
Thank you. I don't have to, but I choose to because I want to diffuse the situation to get off as easily as I possibly can.
No,
and
even if
he
ticket.
Avoid the ticket.
Okay, he said write him his ticket. That's why everybody else, no sir, yes sir. Niggas is trying to avoid the ticket. He said write him the ticket. Do your fucking job so I can go do mine.
Now, how often does that actually help the situation?
What situation? Just go write the ticket.
It shouldn't have to. You're right. It shouldn't have to warrant that, those spaces. That's what we're talking about.
I'm not disagreeing with y'all.
This shit should not go this way as it going. And it goes that way all the time when it's us. I've seen plenty of white dudes do way worse than what Tyreek did, and they didn't get pulled out the car and get put in the handcuffs.
Did they do that with this particular officer?
First of all, man.
Come on, you just really gonna say that? You really gonna say particular officer?
Because you're generalizing, and I'm talking
Cuban
because you say white people get off with all this. Okay, cool. I would say just like you could say white people get off with this stuff all the time. I would say white people get killed by police officers too. So I'm saying does this particular officer get run in with a black or a white person, and he was less aggressive with it? Compare apples to apples. This one officer to when he pulls over a black person versus when he pulls over a white person. That's what I'm saying. Like, of course, stuff happens on all different scenarios that we could possibly think of. Stuff happens.
Okay, so but it was a speeding ticket. You didn't have to snatch motherfuckers up and throw them on the car.
Doing too much. I agree.
On the ground. So that to me, at the end of the day, it's still not warranted. Right? You can. There's always a way that you can. You're a civil servant. At the end of the day, you need to just figure something else out, right? Just figure something else out.
I know I told the story plenty of times, and I told the story I don't know a million times. Got pulled over by the police. I rolled all my windows down. And I had my license and stuff and registration outside the window. Police came up to me when he came to the window. asked me, are you trying to be a fucking smartass? What I supposed to do in that situation? Because I had my license and my registration and everything out the window waiting for him, so I wouldn't be reaching for nothing. He asked me, just totally, what the fuck, you trying to be a smartass? I'm like, what the fuck? What do I say?
Trying to make sure I had the stuff ready for when you walked up.
And if I don't got it ready when you walk up.
But man, I don't know what else to say, man. I guess people ain't acting like they ain't never been in no traffic stops where motherfuckers, they ain't fit for their life and all this other stuff, and the police officers just doing too much and they supposed to do their job. It's like what we work at or what we do. We can't just go there being aggressive and saying and talking because we got a job to do. If we treated them the same way, police officers like they got a job to do, it don't matter how your day went at home, how your wife pissed you off, how your kids pissed you off, whatnot like that. You treat everybody with respect. It don't matter what they said or what they did to you. Treat them with respect. This is your job. Don't take it personal.
So who came off right off the bat being disrespectful?
If you came banging on my window, you came
That's
disrespectful.
Not a bang. We over exaggerating,
bro.
He
just we're not over exaggerating. You weren't there, right?
We're watching the video.
We're watching the video, but you're not the person in the car and him knocking on the door.
Bro, we hear
on the window.
knocks on the door.
Bro, you're not there. This is all about perception. He's the one said it. He's the one who said you're banging on the window.
Don't knock on my window.
Okay.
Like, just not like,
bro.
Come
hold
on,
on.
Even if
we rewind it. And listen to what he said. Rewind it and listen to what he said. Rewind it and listen to what he said. Just listen. Let it go all the way through, too. Just listen. Listen to the whole thing. What? Rewind it and just listen. Don't react. Just listen. Rewind it and just listen. I'm just telling you to listen. So you can hear what exactly what Tyreek said. That's what I'm trying to get you to do. Just rewind it and listen. Rewind it and just listen.
Make it seem like he about to break the window.
Just listen.
I'm gonna be honest. At the end of the day, I don't give no fuck. Good luck to this nigga and good luck to the cops. What's the next topic?
Listen. Just listen. Listen to what he said. Listen to what he said. Don't react. Just listen. Now, what did he say? Listen to what did he say? What did he say? What did he say? Word for word, what did Tyreek say? No, pause it. I'm sorry. Pause it. And just tell me, what did Tyreek say?
He said, hey, don't knock on my window like that.
Okay, he said like that. You said that hard. I'm just saying he said like that.
Bro, you've been making this whole case that like the knock that the officer did was going to break the window. Even if he did break the window, put that in the case that you file against the city.
Well,
so the city can pay for it.
He about to. So at the end of the day,
he finna sue the shit out of them.
It don't matter.
Yeah, but I'm just saying. I want you to say, because you said hard, and everybody was talking about that hard. Pause. I'm saying he said, "Don't knock on my window like that."
Okay, if we were to specify what like that meant?
Just don't knock on my window. You don't have to knock on my window. This is my car. Like, you're forgetting like, even though we making little tit for tat things, it's like if I come to your car and you tell me not to knock on your car like that.
I wouldn't. If you knock like that, no, I wouldn't.
But I'm just saying, Spaces, if you tell me that's your car, I have to respect your wishes because that's your car. You paid for that car.
Bro,
give him the ticket and move on. If it's something that's serious, because you clearly had to let him go, what the fuck did we do all this for?
That's the problem.
You end up having to let him go anyway. So now you just
got a lawsuit and got fired.
Free money. Like,
and got fired. And you getting fired.
You end up having to do that anyway.
Fired. You're getting fired. Because guess what? Guess what happened? The Miami Dolphins got into it. And you know he patrolling around there, the Miami Dolphins organization got mad pull. Mad pull. They'll fuck around and fire the whole police department that's there. So he's going to go. He's got to go. And Tyreek them going to get a nice little lawsuit.
This goes into, like, you know, like I said, when the light be turning red and it's a car coming, but you got the right of way or whatever, but he's finna run that light. And you said, well, nigga, I got the right of way and I want to turn in front of the car. Mm-hmm. No, just let the motherfucker go. You know, let the car go before it causes an accident.
Right decision.
Right, you know what I'm saying?
Right decision to just let him go.
Just let him go. So now, you know, in the cops, because cops power trip all the time. Facts. So whatever you call this, whatever. But cops power trip all the time. I've been pulled over upwards of 30 times, right? So, and sure, sometimes it was my own fault. But at no time had it been my fault that an officer should have pulled out a gun on me.
Facts.
Right? He had a gun drawn on me before. right? I didn't do anything to him. So
that warranted that.
That warranted that. Well, I didn't do anything to him personally. And I wasn't at that time. I wasn't speeding or doing anything. So we know cops are known to power trip, right? So you got a situation like this. I think it would behoove Tyreek Hill to probably diffuse the situation as much as you possibly can. However, since he didn't, it still doesn't take anything away from the cops. The cops still respond. You're the civil servant. You sworn in for all this. You have to deal with the public anyway. This, to me, wasn't even warranted to throw nobody out all on the ground and do all that extra shit. You being extra.
Yeah, I agree. He going to the point of saying, you know what, just get out of the car, get out of the car. Like, you had no reason for that. No reason at all for that. You shouldn't have did that. But I think there's equal contributions to the situation.
Who's supposed to be?
He has the opportunity to call a white shirt himself, right? So
you would have called him though.
Or no, I'm talking about the officer. He has an opportunity to call his supervisor, right? So like any other time, if you had a problem at your job, what you gonna do? You're gonna, hey, let me call my supervisor because this is what they get paid the big bucks for, and they can diffuse that, right?
I can shut the fuck up.
Right, I can shut the fuck up. I can go back to my car with his license, do what I need to do. Okay, he don't even want to give me his insurance, make him go to court or whatever. I can be an asshole cop like that, but I don't have to be on film snatching the motherfucker up out the car.
Wrote him a million motherfucker ticket. I wrote him for the tents. I wrote him for the loud exhaust.
Yeah.
I wrote him for everything.
Everything extra.
Everything. Did a whole inspection. That's what the thing. That's what we're getting to. It doesn't matter what the public do. You're there to protect and serve. So do your job and protect and serve. Get your feelings out of it. People get out in their feelings, and it's just a human nature. You get in your feelings. That's the only reason he did that, because he wanted to let Tyreek know, nigga, just because you Tyreek Hill, don't mean you run this right here.
You still a nigga.
You still a nigga. That's what he was trying to do to Tyreek. He trying to make sure, like, you know, that I run this. He said it. He said it verbatim. When I tell you to do something, you do it. He said that while he had his knee in his back.
Yeah, but you said just because he's an N-word. Like, I don't think race has anything to do with it.
So you think you did that to his own people?
I think one of the issues that face a whole lot of celebrities is that they think they're above the law.
We see regular people do that shit though.
But Miles earlier in the conversation, Miles said, "That's Tyreek Hill."
It is like, Tyreek Hill.
Okay, cool. Tyreek Hill is a human being.
Okay. And don't snatch him up out the car though.
I keep saying snatching him out of the car was over the top.
Yeah.
They need to do that.
Right.
But in the original interaction, it was. Don't knock on my window like that, bro. Like,
cool, I can say
man.
whatever.
Like,
I've heard people cuss the police out, not getting taken up out the car. So what's the problem?
And I've seen that on black and white sides.
Cool.
Yeah. So I'm saying
the problem.
I'm saying like that's not helping the situation.
It doesn't have to. What it doesn't have to help the situation, because at the end of the day, if it was a traffic violation, it was a traffic infraction. So do something like write the ticket and move the fuck on. So now you, the police officer, are basically making taxpayers have to pay the brunt of whatever this come out to be. If this come out to be $1 million, $100,000, taxpayers are responsible for it, because you, as a civil servant, couldn't control your emotion. You's a bitch.
So what did Tyreek Hill do wrong?
He could have diffused the situation himself, but he's not going to be responsible for that because he's not the person who's sworn office, and he's not beholden to the taxpayers.
One thing that I also thought about with this was I saw a video where it was a black lady and a white officer, and I don't know why. It just started with them interacting with each other. And it was a 4-minute video. Where did I forget where I watched it. But long story short, he was trying to pull her over in the same way that similar to how it happened in this video. And he was trying to do the basic thing, ask for the license registration, and she was trying to get away from the situation, even though she was trying to go like in the building and all that stuff. Towards the end of the video, she shot him. Tinted windows and everything. Trying to get her to just comply with the situation. And thank goodness, I think it hit him in his chest because he was still breathing. There, see no blood and all that stuff. He's talking about how he was hit, and she shot the officer and pulled off. So I say, when I see tinted windows and I'm pulling up and he rolling up his window, I'm like, okay, I don't know what's going on inside of this car or what he could possibly have or what he could possibly do or anything like that. So that's what I'm thinking when it comes to that. And then you finally roll down your window, and it could have been just a 1, 2, 3 thing, but it escalated to something that didn't need to happen. Contributions on both ends. Oh, you look like you ready to say something.
Because a lot of people say that shit until that happens to them, and then they change their mind. It ain't never happened to you. That's why you ain't you sitting up here talking about that. And I'm not talking about you particularly. I'm not trying to jump on you. I'm not trying to do that. I think people have a different mind perspective when guns has been drawn on them and cops damn near for to put them in handcuffs and all this shit. When you have stuff like that happen to you, you have a whole different perspective. Like, bro, you supposed to be the one in power right here. Why you ain't just trying to diffuse the situation? I understand where you coming from and doing all that, but it's like when people ain't been in those type of situations, they try to, put the blame on the citizens and all that. Yeah, that shit ain't, nah. Because I done been in so many of them, and it's just been like, bro, like, what the fuck? I ain't do shit. And I got a gun pointed at me. I got a gun to my head. For what?
Right.
So I understand that when people be in the comments be talking about he did this, and then if you want people to roll down their window and keep their window down, make it a law. It's so easy, the stroke of a pen, to make the law. It's not against the law to roll your window back up.
All right. Well, we're just about at the 2-hour mark.